there is a story that almost all of us have heard. It goes like this. Long time ago, when NASA was planning to send astronauts into space, they found out that ballpoint pens would not work in zero gravity. To combat this problem, NASA scientists spent 10 years and $12 billion developing a pen that writes in zero gravity. The Russians instead use a pencil. Now, that is a good story about simple solutions to complex problems, but as good a story as that may be, it's just not true. In reality, both Americans and Russians initially used pencils in their space programs, but there was a slight problem with pencils. Sometimes pencil tips break, and they're kind of difficult to manage in space. Also, they're made up of graphite, which is electrically conductive and also flammable. In fact, after the crash of Apollo 1 in 1967, NASA actively avoided the use of flammable materials in spacecraft, so pencils are a bad choice. The pen, on the other hand, needs gravity to make it work. If anyone has attempted to write upside down with a pen, they would realize that pens don't do so well without gravity. In 1967, an engineer named Paul C. Fisher realized that astronauts needed a new pen to write in space, so he invented one, the space pen. It's almost the same as your everyday ball pen, except for the fact that while the ball pen uses gravity to push the ink through the nib, the space pen uses compressed nitrogen instead. It utilizes pressurized thixotropic ink, which writes up to 3 times longer and will not dry out for over 100 years, and this sliding float separates the ink from the nitrogen gas. So if you would like to have a piece of space history in your own pocket, order one today from Amazon by following this QR code. Fisher's Space Pen. Goes anywhere, writes anywhere.